The Brooklyn Nets are finalizing a deal to send guard Dennis Schroder and 1 second-round pick to the Golden State Warriors for DeAnthony Melton and 3 second-round picks, sources told ESPN. A dynamic playmaker and scorer arriving in Golden State. Christmas has arrived early for Dub Nation, baby. Christmas has arrived early for Dub Nation. And hey, listen, DeAnthony Melton, it was good in theory. We all understood it was an injury risk, and it happened right away. So for those of you that don't understand, Melton was going to be a free agent next season anyway, right? That's why he was always going to be involved in these trades, and he's a contract dump for the Brooklyn Nets. But the interesting thing is, so is Schroeder. So basically, this is a bunch of second-round picks being swapped. And what this signals to me is, give Mike Dunleavy his flowers. Give Mike Dunleavy his flowers right now. Not only does he get it done early, he gets it done with great value. Believe it or not, y'all, I am 41, and I'm still out on the court every day that I can, at least 5-6 days a week, getting up shots, testing my nervous system, running, moving laterally. And what I have learned is the preparation and the recovery is what enables me to still do that, because it's such a therapeutic thing for me to get out on the basketball court every day. I need it. And so I have to do the things to allow me to do it so much. And with my preparation and my warm-up, I have been using Bob and Brad's C2 Pro. They sent me this a month or so ago, and I've seen these guns in the past. I've used others. I haven't owned one on my own. And this thing is not only a high-quality product, but it's just something that's essential for me now. And it's one of those things where you don't realize how much it benefits you until you start doing it routinely, right? And so within my warm-up, I turn on the heated tip here, and I specifically my posterior chain. All athletes, but especially older athletes and guys that are sitting at a desk a lot, I start at the hamstring and I work my way down through the calves and all the way down to the Achilles with the heated tip to get warm, get loose, and make sure I'm ready to go. And then probably even more important is the recovery. And I go through the same process. I just switch it over to the cold, right? And now the recovery is going to get the lactic acid out, so I'm able to go back and do it the next day and feel fresh. It's 1.5 pounds, right? It's super lightweight. It's a high quality material. You get a case with it, 2 to 4 hour battery life, and it charges on a USB-C. So you're looking for a Christmas gift for dad, brother, boyfriend, the weekend warrior, I can't recommend enough Bob and Brad's C2 Pro gun, because it just becomes something that you use every day, right? That's the trick when you're looking for gifts. It's like, oh, this would be cool, but how often are they going to use it? Well, someone that's in the gym, someone that's on the courts, this is going to become essential for them day to day in their routine, preparation, and of course, recovery. So go ahead, click the link in the description and check out Bob and Brad's C2 Pro. They've got plenty of different products, but again, the heat and cooling on this is elite. And even when I'm not training and I'm at home, I don't know about you, I work at a desk. I'm editing and sitting here all the time. I carry a lot of tension up in my traps and my upper back. And so I'll just hit this right here with the heat, boom, 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 make sure my posture's loose. And I look forward to using it every day. And I'm sure that you or your loved ones will as well. So again, the link is in the description. That's Bob and Brad's C2 Pro. And why I say that is relationships matter. You know, we can say, oh, well, this trade and that trade. You remember what happened with Portland and GP2, right? That's probably why we won't make a trade with Portland for the next decade, right? But this looks like a relationship type deal, because you can't tell me there wasn't as equal offers or better offers probably out there for Dennis Schroder. And Mike Dunleavy comes through. He may not have come through as a player for us, but he's coming through as a GM, man. I'm super excited. I know y'all are as well. I've already been talking about what he would bring to the table. Dennis Schroder is one of the quickest guards in the league. And there's different layers to athleticism. Speed is different than quickness, as we know, right? And quickness is more from a standstill. How quick are you in tight spaces from a standstill? And Dennis Schroder is super quick, but he also has that stop and go. He can stop and start. And that's super hard to defend. His pick and roll game, the big has to show. You cannot leave your guard out to dry on a high pick and roll with Schroder. Otherwise, it's over for you. He comes off, he'll hang, right? while he hangs, he's buying time to survey the floor, right? And he can burst out of it. He can stop. He can start. He can back out. And I've spoken about it in the past that I think him being a captain for Team Germany, not just this summer in the Olympics, but last summer in the FIBA games, it matured him. Not to mention, what is he, 28, 29 years old? It's just about that time. For certain people, especially these NBA players that have only played basketball, sometimes they have a little bit of an arrested development, maturity-wise, because they're not in the real world. But we're getting Dennis Schroder in his prime. And it's exactly what the doctor ordered. I said it in the video, was it yesterday, 48 hours ago? I was like, the easiest answer to these scoring droughts towards the end of the game right now is Dennis Schroder. It is. We can talk about these blockbuster 10-player trades, but like if you could get him, that it completely changes the dynamic of our offense. It really does. I'm not over exaggerating. He puts that much pressure on you. And there's nights where he can go to 30, but it's not necessarily his actual scoring. It's his ability to touch the paint whenever he wants and get downhill. His ability to put pressure on the rim and give us a different look. The motion isn't working. The motion's been shut down. They're switching everything. Houston's locked it up. Okay. Dennis Schroder, high pick and roll. What does that look like with a Steph screen? What are you going to do there, right? Not to mention Kuminga. It's going to help Trace Jackson. It's going to help the entire team. And then what goes overlooked is Dennis Schroder is a good defender when he wants to be. And now that he is back on a contending team, you better believe he's going to want to be, right? With the Draymond and the culture that we're bringing him into, because of that stop and start quickness, right? And then his slight frame, what does he go, 6'1"? His ability to stay attached and navigate through screens is A1, right? And ask Steph. If someone look up if you can, I don't know where you would do this, maybe the Breaking the Glass or one of these niche stat sites. Go look up Steph's numbers versus Dennis Schroder. Like, he can be a nightmare defensively, particularly against perimeter players and smaller guards, right? Obviously, the counter to that would be like, okay, you're playing the Mavericks. We're playing Dallas tomorrow, right? Like, you don't want them switched on a Luka or, like a big bully guard, a Booker or someone like that, right? Where that's not the matchup. But a Ja Morant, a De'Aaron Fox, these guys that are speed and quickness based, Dennis Schroder is going to be a guy that you're going to feel comfortable putting him on for minutes, and he can affect them. So yeah, man, It's always been at what cost? I think everyone was down to pick up Schroder, but it was like, what are you going to give up Moody? You're going to give up. I thought it might cost a first. And this kind of sets the market here. Trade season opens up early. It's not even the 15th, right? That's another reason you've got to credit Mike Dunleavy, because the 15th is the day that all of these guys become trade eligible, right? He got the deal done before that on the 14th. So now better offers couldn't roll in. If the Nets would have waited till tomorrow, there could have been better offers. We might have got outbidded, or we would have had to have put more in the pot. And so it goes back to relationships. That's the part that I think we overlook when it comes to the GM decisions. There's going to be hits, there's going to be misses. How many good relationships do you have around the league where you can maybe call in a favor, or someone's more willing to do business with you as opposed to not, right? Like Daryl Morey is on the other end of the spectrum of this, right? Where good luck dealing with Daryl Morey or Danny Ainge, right? Now, they may eventually get a big haul or a deal, but big picture, it costs their relationships around the league. And Mike Dunleavy, picking up where Bob Myers left off, is looking like he's going to be a relationship-based general manager that opens up many more possibilities and trades. But yeah, man, huge news. I just got back. You see your boy's looking a little clean today. I'm actually out the crib. Just got back from my daughter's basketball game. They lost in overtime at the buzzer. Hell of a game, but this definitely got me up. Now, what's next? No, I think that this, again, answers a huge question or question mark for us as far as these closing games and just these droughts offensively. I'm really excited to see what it does for our young guys. Because of his ability to collapse the defense, it means more open looks. It means more lobs. It means more pick and rolls with just the big being open, essentially, right? And now you make this trade without, okay, we gave up a bunch of second round picks. We still have our first rounders intact, right? We still have other assets to move to add a big man. I don't think we're done yet, Dub Nation. I think we're just getting started. Early Christmas gift, you can't complain. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.